that was it. The Punisher, really, season one. That's all we got. That was just as bad as Warzone. Might as well have been fucking Warzone. What the fuck? They turned Warzone into a 13 episode piece of shit. With less action and more fucking drama than a after school fucking I don't know, what the fuck are those soap operas? Way to fuck this up. Okay. I was hoping the second half was gonna be way better than the first. Because the first half was a terrible thing. It was fucking awful. You had the first episode be like, okay, Frank Castle is an established character. There's no backstory. Isn't gonna need any. He's established. That's what we got from the first episode. About 3 more episodes in, all of a sudden you decide he's not established? What? Now you've got to build a character? He's not the Punisher? What? This is the most anticlimactic fucking show I've ever seen. This is the most uninspiring show I've ever seen. Next to Defenders. Way to go, Marvel. I can't figure out why it's on Netflix. Aside from all the blood, the violence, tone it down a little bit and is suitable for, I don't know, most cable networks. I mean, literally, they don't really swear that much. And again, just dial the violence down a little bit. There's not a whole hell of a lot of action. You think the Punisher, and he's the anti hero. He's the anti vigilante. And when I say that, I mean he's like, I'm gonna kill these people. And vigilantes don't really kill. Punisher's kind of the opposite. He's gonna kill somebody. This is more I don't even know what the fuck to call this. But the whole season was leading up to, spoilers, Jigsaw. That's what we got was Jigsaw. Really, we got Jigsaw at the end of season 1, and he's not even awake. The way we got him was hopefully by the book. And even then, it's not really all that great. I mean, as you're watching it, you're thinking, who gives a damn? The whole show, I'm just sitting there going, when's it gonna end? You have 3, 4 episodes out of 13. 3 to 4 episodes out of 13 where it can be classified as a legitimate Punisher episode, meaning there's a good balance between the talking and violence on screen. There's an episode called episode 1 where the first 15 minutes is him killing people. And it's established that he knows who he is, Frank Castle, the Punisher. He knows what he's doing. And then, of course, you have the end where he beats the fuck out of these guys with a sledgehammer, and you're just like, wow. But again, it's the first episode, and it's the settings for what's to come. and then it just doesn't deliver, okay? But then you get hit later on down the road with a scene with them in the woods, and it's the Punisher again. And you're like, fucking about time. But at the same time, due to all the shit you had to sit through to get there, it was almost like it wasn't worth it. Because you're like, it's about time. That's all you're thinking. About time. Fucking, let's do this. And from the length it starts to the length it ends, it's just unsatisfying. It's unbecoming. It's uninspiring. Because you're sitting there going, fuck. And now I have to sit through how many more episodes until you let him do his thing? And then I think it's like episode 10. They get back into some action. After non-stop fucking dialogue of yammering the fuck away. And I know I'm not the only person who's thinking Punisher, action, violence, blowing shit up, killing people. I know I'm not the only one thinking this. And I know I can't be the only one who thinks the climactic end, the cinematic end, the setup for season 2 was a piece of shit. If you are not, please do me a favor and slap yourself. There's no way in hell the setup for season 2 is the reveal of fucking Jigsaw. It was such a bad setup. Such a bad setup. It was anti-everything. It was anticlimactic, meaning it was such a bad way to do it. I don't know if the Defenders happened to leave such a bad taste in the writer's mouth that they just kind of had it rub off on them in the Punisher pause. But it seems like that's what happened here. I don't know if Netflix told them, you can do this show, but you can't have it as extreme as you might think it ought to be. I don't know if Marvel said, we're going to do this, but we're going to make it PG. I don't know what happened. Because there's moments where they decide, let's go on in and do this thing, and then they're like, oh fuck, we can't do that. Pull it back. And I'm literally going, this guy could be a great Punisher, but he's being held back by such a shitty fucking script, by such a shitty fucking writer, by such shitty fucking direction. The whole season is you watching him get his ass beat. The whole season. They have him in blood, makeup for fucking bruises. The whole season. There's a reason there hasn't been a third Punisher movie. Warzone fucked that up. And you wanted to set up season 2 to be Warzone? You were better off following the script from the Thomas Jane movie. That one was actually better. I know Warzone stuck closer to the original product, the original, the comic book, the source material. But it wasn't well received. There's so many problems here. So many. And I see so many people going to bat for this show. And I'm like, you're such a fanboy that you can't even see what's wrong with this fucking... You can't see what's wrong with the product. Like, you're so willing to go to bat for the Punisher that you can't see what's wrong with this. It's literally a cop drama that only lets the Punisher be the Punisher. For a max of 13 episodes, you get the Punisher a max of 1 hour. If you take every segment of when they let the Punisher be the Punisher. That means you get one full episode. If they're all an hour long, you get one fucking episode where they accidentally let the Punisher be the Punisher. From all those clips. What the fuck? Again, how do you establish in the first episode that, okay, we're not going to do a backstory to Castle. We all know his story. He's an established character because we introduced him in Daredevil Season 2. So everybody hears the backstory. This is what we're going to tell you. Within the first 15 minutes of Daredevil Season 1, he's killed 3 people. What do they all have in common? They had something to do with the death of his wife and his children. Bam. That's the end of his backstory. Moving on from there, he's under a new identity, working construction. Okay, that's fine. How do you fuck that up? Episode 2. That's how. And then you just go downhill from there. There's moments where you're believing it's going to get better, and it just does not deliver. I know it's probably going to generate a whole bunch of people. No. Take the fan goggles off. Just take them off. Because this is a piece of shit. It's so anti-impressive. It's uninspiring to look at. It's so anti-Punisher. It's so anti-fucking everything. Alright? If they would have led into Season 2 without knowing what happened to him, knowing he's in a hospital bed, I'd have been more impressed. Knowing he's in a little coma, I don't care. Because we all know he's going to be Jigsaw. We already know. They could have just been like, well, we don't know if he's going to wake up, and not shown him. And that would have been a better impact. Spoilers if you don't know. I'm sorry. But the fact of the matter is that they simply just ruined everything. Okay? We know the Punisher has gone to war with the Hand in Daredevil. We know the Punisher has gone to war with the Kingpin in other variances. Because he's in Daredevil. He's been in Spider-Man. He's pretty much had walk-on roles with everybody at some point in Marvel. This show had so much potential, and the amount of unadulterated violence they could have done with this, the amount of pure, we're gonna earn that Netflix unrated bullshit, we're just gonna go as hard as we can, it was just it was just not even earned here. I mean, sure, you had Punisher having probably the most sexual, explicit scenes in any Marvel show to date, but who the fuck cares about that? I don't give a shit about Punisher fucking somebody. I don't care about the Minuteman joke between the character David and his wife. He hadn't seen his wife in a year. Who the fuck cares? It was funny, but it's not impressive, okay? All the shit in this show was literally shit. Because you literally couldn't really attach yourself to care about any of the characters. Okay? It was so fucking bad. I wish it wasn't. I wish that it could have set up better for a Season 2, because I honestly don't see how they're going to have a Season 2 for this. Honestly wish they would have skipped the Punisher and let Luke Cage have a Season 2. Let Daredevil have a Season 3, considering Defenders was Daredevil Season 2.5. Something, considering Iron Fist was horrible, this shit was horrible, Defenders was horrible. That's 3 horrible seasons you've had. And it's almost back to back. In fact, it is back to back. Iron Fist sucked. Defenders sucked. Punisher sucked. What the fuck is your next work? Netflix, do me a favor. Go punch somebody in the face and don't let them do anything until the shit fucking looks decent. Especially from Marvel, because it's like you've got the people from Marvel Knight Studios handling this shit. And you know what they produce? Jack shit. I'm having to force myself to finish this. When you're literally going, is it ever going to end? It's a terrible fucking show. And I wish I could be the only one to say that, because then I could be like, you can tell me fuck off all you want to. But several review sites have been like, this show is fucking terrible. And I know, plenty of people out there have been like, this show is the greatest thing ever. And to you I say, take off the fan glasses. Take off those I'm Punisher fan glasses to see how bad this show is. Take them off, because this show is fucking horrible. It could have been and should have been so much better. We deserved so much better. Thomas Jane fixed what Warzone fucked up with Dirty Laundry. Way to fuck it up again. Damn it.